Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and today we're going to be reviewing something freaking amazing, okay? And I'm going to give you guys, definitely subscribe to see the Infield, as I do in all of them, so you can see how it is in the, in the real world, how it operates. Give me 1 second here, let me just cut this baby open. There you go. Okay, so I just got it today. FedEx, as usual, idiots, they leave things at the door, especially expensive items like this, which I felt like just smacking the hell out of them for that. Okay, so I got it off eBay, so it included deluxe cleaning kit, also a filter, which is cool, but this is the baby we're going to be reviewing right now because the rest of it is all generic. The Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter F1.8 DC. Now this thing is going to operate for the EF mount. Okay, so let me do the unboxing and we're going to talk about it. So first, actually let me show you the whole thing for those of you. You guys liked it when I did that. So I'm showing you the whole box here. The whole thing from every, oops, yeah, part. Okay, so we're taking this out. This is a warranty. You get, I believe, a 1-year warranty with this thing. There you go, so, a little instruction booklet. I don't know why you would need that. And now this is the thing that I love a lot about Sigma. And that is the fact that they listen to their customers. Unlike most expensive lenses out there, none of them include a case. And even if it's a case like the Nikons did, which I love, Nikkor lenses, I don't like that they put them in a pouch. This thing is padded. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to be reviewing this, but just check this out. Check this out first before we get into that. Look at this. Padding. Okay? And it comes, of course, with a hood, but we're going to get into that. Padding everywhere. So this is a really good case. I feel so good putting my lenses in something like this and taking it on the road with me. Now, first off, we're going to go over certain things. First, the whole thing about this. Then I'm going to talk to you, who is this lens exactly for? Okay, so this is the 18 to 35 millimeter Sigma lens. Okay, so as you can see, this is really solid construction. In fact, I don't want to scratch it up because guess what, guys? It is 100%. It looks like aluminum alloy, and which it's very, very well. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I had to take off that because I don't want to scratch it up. Look at this. It is beautiful. It is about almost a 2-pounder. I would say about 1.7 maybe pounds. It has an autofocus and a manual focus switch. Now, a lot of people I saw that they wrote down, not a lot, some people, that they hated this because when they would turn it by accident, they'd flip the autofocus or manual focus. I don't know, maybe it's their lens that's faulty, because this thing requires a lot of power to push up and down. So that wouldn't be the case. Nice, beautiful case right here. Now, what I like about this is, like, for instance, like the Tamron lens, the, what is that, the 11 to 16 millimeter that I use on my 3-axis gimbal. It has internal focusing and internal 18 to 35 internal zoom. Okay, now what's the plus in that? Now you see this is really, really hard to turn a little bit, which is great, which I really like, because you have that option to, that it's not going to screw up. As far as this goes, this is the automatic focus, but you could see there's a stop, but you can go past that stop, you see, which a lot of people complained about, but I don't know why, unless they don't know what the heck they're doing. There's no reason for them to not know, not feel that little stop. So this thing is an all-around solid lens. Let me just remove this one too so you guys see. Brand new right here. This is an all-around solid freaking lens. Now, what do I recommend this for? Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, well, between 18 to 35, it's not much of a zoom. Okay, so first off, who is this for? Let's go into that. I don't recommend this for photographers. I know there's some photographers out there that will say, we like it for photography. This is bullshit. Why am I saying that? Because it's simple, okay? You can't really focus that well when you have it at 1.8, okay? When you go to 2 point whatever, you could possibly do it. The thing is, let's say you're focusing on the eyeball, right? Any slight movement and then the eyebrow is in focus. That's how bad the focusing is in pictures. Okay, I've realized this because I used this before, even though this is brand new. I've used it before purchasing it. Always use it. Use first. And I was, debating on which lens to get, but For video, this baby works amazing. Now, on 1.8, it's great when you're doing certain shots, but when you're, let's say, shooting things, you know, you might have some, some issues on the corners, because Sigma has that fault, I always call it, that what happens is it's really nicely well in the center, but on the sides they're a little bit soft. But you could take care of that. As long as you take down the, you know, you put the f-stop to, let's say, 2.0, you won't see it anymore. Okay, so that's the good part of, you'll see it in focus, okay? But with pictures, I don't like this lens at all. I wanted a lens that I can use on my, and I'm going to show you guys something right now. Okay, never mind. I loaned it out for somebody to shoot. The 11 to 16, my Tamron, I did a review about this. You could check back. Was the perfect lens to use with the 3-axis gimbal. The problem is I was missing a range. Okay, and the range was an 18 to 35. I like having, you know, when you're doing anything on a Steadicam or on a 3-axis gimbal, because I use Steadicams my whole life, you always want to go as wide as possible, but now you have the power to actually do something and get some depth of field while you're holding it straight. I don't like using, let's say, a 50mm, 100mm, and 105mm on a 3-axis gimbal or Steadicam. I'd rather do that on a tripod, but now I will be able to have that kind of freedom up to 35 and get some kind of depth of field with 1.8. Now remember, I use this. Now a lot of people are going to say, oh, the focus is slow, the focus is this. The focus is great, and I'm going to give you guys real life examples. Please be sure to subscribe, and you'll be the first ones to see this in you know, in the real world. You have to use a good camera. If you use a crappy camera that has slow focus, you're not going to get anything out of it. I use the Blackmagic production camera 4K, and I'm going to use this baby on it, and you're going to see how it focuses, how it doesn't lose focus, and how amazing it is. The picture quality comes out superb. I mean, I know you guys could see it on different other YouTube channels, but I'm going to show you real life things. I'm not going to try to be as perfect as possible. Like on all my things, I show it to you how it is out of the box. And I'm telling you, you guys are going to absolutely love this freaking lens. This lens is freaking incredible. I mean, I can't even tell you how much I loved it that I went and purchased it. Now, it's about $800 in B&H. Now, I don't recommend you buy it from B&H, only because if you buy it from eBay, you're going to get all these extras here, and you're going to pay like $600 or something like that. Now, I had some eBay bucks, so I was really happy. Now, this thing comes also with the lens hood, which obviously, you know, takes out things. But you guys should know also, and I'm going to show it to you in the real life review, you know, the real world review, how amazing this is in terms of like how it deals with light and overexposure. I really think it's just freaking incredible, and I don't think there's any lens right now on the market that could compare. Now, here's the thing that people were talking about, and I'm gonna tell you about this right now. I just want to make sure that, oh, okay, so they were wrong, or maybe their thing came out faulty again. They said that this thing was loose, but it wasn't. You see, it's locked. So they have a lock. You hear it? Look. You see, so it's locked. So there's no issue here at all. So I have a feeling maybe they had an issue in the past with these lenses, but now the new one, so make sure you get the new model just in case. The new model is going to be perfect because it corrected, I guess, all of these issues that people were having with it in terms of like the build. This build is fucking amazing, guys. I'm telling you, it is. I highly recommend it. And you know that in all my reviews, I give things 9s, I give things 8 because there's always room for improvement. I'm giving this a 10, and there's a reason why. This is probably the first product I gave an actual 10 out of 10, and there's a reason for it, because the amount of range you're gonna have on this for video, okay, especially on a crop, this is designed for a crop sensor camera, so it's not really 18 to 35, you're actually going into the 50 realm, into 52 on the crop sensor, 50 to 52 about, so you're getting a good zoom lens, okay, at 1.8, okay, which is freaking incredible. Now, I got a 50mm that's 1.4, a 50mm, but again, in a crop sensor, it's going to be bigger. This thing will go to 50mm, you know, with a crop sensor at 1.8 light, okay, so that's freaking incredible, okay, and that's why I highly recommend it. Plus, I am a big Nikon fan in terms of Nikkor lenses. I love Nikkor lenses. I don't use anything but Nikkor. That's why I always get, you know, for my 3-axis gimbals, for anything, any type of lens that I get, even the wide-angle lenses that I had, were all Nikkor lenses. And I always had to use an adapter, which does screw up on the f-stops. But this one is a direct, right into the Canon thing, and it comes out so crisp, it's kind of hard to believe it's not a Nikkor lens. I'm telling you guys. I can compare this easy to the Canons that are expensive as fuck, okay? And this thing is doing the same job for $800 if you're buying it at retail price, or you get it for about $600. I highly recommend it. There's nothing I have to say that's bad about this lens. Let's see, I mean, really, I worked with it and I loved every part of it. And I worked with their older lens, so they didn't have issues either, but I don't know, I guess some of them came out defected, but they have a warranty. You could always send it back. This is solid construction, guys. Really solid construction. It's just amazing. And all my lenses are, I have old prime lenses that this kind of reminds me of these old, really crisp prime lenses. And to have that 18 to 35, but really like, it's like, you know, whatever, 20 to 50. I don't know the exact math science. I got to do it. But to have all these lenses in your fingertips, it's amazing just to put that baby in there. Now, I was really worried about the weight. Now, the Tamron is a little bit bigger. I wish I had it here. I would have showed it to you. I have it on my review. It's a fatter lens, and it kind of weighs almost the same. I think maybe a 0.2 less or something like that, and I would say something. But this is incredible. This only comes out to about 1.7 pounds. That means I could put it on my Ronin-M, okay, which I showed you guys how to balance out that, and it still won't hit. It'll just hit about the 5-pound mark. So it'll hit the 5-pound mark, and it still won't stress out the motors, because I used more things with this, because I used an adapter. Now I won't use that, and I used also other things that increase the weight, and now I won't need to use that anymore. This is a longer lens than the Tamron. That's the only I would say problem, but it's a zoom lens that zooms further than the Tamron, if that makes any sense. But I don't see any issue with this lens. I don't see any issue using it on a 3-axis gimbal. So again, to summarize, I would use this for video, but I would not, and I repeat, would not use it for pictures at all. For pictures, I always recommend using prime. I don't like zoom lenses, because zoom lenses are usually extremely soft. Now, this is what amazed me. They're soft even in video. This one is not. It's crisp. Like I said, it has you in the focus, in the middle. You're focused so beautifully. It's the sides that are the problem, but you put that baby to 2, because who shoots open anyway? But you put that baby to 2, okay? You're still getting that depth of field, but, you know, when you want, you know, far shots, you really don't care that much about depth of field. You want a wide-angle lens to capture the scenery, you know what I mean? When you're going really, really close or closer or mid-range, you don't care about the sides, because it's a different type of shot. Well, it depends on you, but so this lens is freaking incredible. There's nothing wrong with it, and for the price, you cannot beat it. I highly recommend everybody go out and get this lens, or at least, you know, go and try it out. Try it out. I know there's some photographers that like it too, but I'm telling you, as a photographer myself, when you're taking pictures, I'm a videographer and photographer. I know the difference between the two very well. And when you're taking pictures, the autofocus on this is not good for pictures. And also the focus could be lost so fast, you wouldn't believe it. Between the eye to this, you know, it'll just give you soft shots for some reason. But for video, it's like buying one of those Rokinon, you know, Cinegears, lenses and all of that, when it's one that's designed for movie making. This is designed for movie making. I'm telling you, this is not designed for pictures. It's designed, well, you could do still shots from the videos, but this is designed solely for movie making. And I gotta tell you, I was going up and down everywhere looking for that perfect lens. I looked everywhere. I want to see that 50 to 100 that they have on this by Sigma. I want to get that too, probably down the line, but it won't be used on my you know, I figured it won't be used on my 3-axis gimbal because that baby weighs over 3 pounds. I'm not going to do that. So there's no point because I have prime lenses which go to 1.4, which you know, that cover that range, and I wouldn't want to you know, 1.8, 1.4. That's going to be better than a you know, 1.8 you know, zoom. But I plan on getting that too and probably experimenting with it a little bit, probably renting it out and seeing how that works. But this is the perfect lens. If you guys have a Ronin or Ronin-M, guys, I am telling you, you will not be disappointed. Get this damn freaking lens and you will not be disappointed. I am not going to use the hood on this baby because there's no point really, but to have that included, it's just awesome. I mean, because it's just going to add weight and I don't want to add weight on that. We'll see how the motors react to it. I want to see the resistance. I want to see all of that because I don't want to stress out the motors. But this is an incredible lens, and I keep telling you this and sound like a broken record because I can't believe how amazing this is. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Definitely comment below, and also if you guys had problems, I want to hear about it on the comments, because as I showed you, this is a perfect lens, and if you guys have issues, the #1 thing you should do is contact Sigma. Their customer service is extremely friendly. You can have it repaired, you know, by getting a free replacement, and you don't have to worry about this ever again. So again, let me know what you guys think, and have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.